Welcome back to my channel as we reset my kitchen tonight. It has become a catch-all, but first I'm going to show an addition that I added to my reset to my living room that I did last night. I like when we are out, out in the living room, I like to have blankets that people can grab, and by people I mean me. And this was a gift from my grandson and his girlfriend Zoe, and it's got all these sweet sayings about grandma, and it just makes me cry. Anyway, grandma blanket gets to stay as well, and then that's going to take us kitchen reset. I'm going to drink a little bit of coffee to get me reset for this chore. Now, I know I love watching people do resets in their home. I hope you like watching me do it. Maybe you will get something from the way that I do it, even if it's, what, buddy? What? Even if it is, this isn't food. I'm drinking coffee. You don't get any, okay? But even if it's learning something not to do, hopefully you'll learn something. Oh, that's good coffee. So what we have here now, this is stuff that I've sourced for my booth. This right here is a diamond painting, and it's something that I'm going to do later. These are envelopes that I may need for my vintage Valentines. I keep my crafts right over here. This is my craft area. All of these cabinets have craft things in it. This is my Bible. Let's see, I've had this Bible for some time, and I use this whenever I do live Bible studies on YouTube or whatever. So that's why this Bible was over there. I have another Bible over there, but I'm going to use this to show you something that I got today, and that is this little stand, and like that, and then you can just display that. Isn't that cool? See, it's hard for me, or you can put a smaller Bible, and you get the idea. You can fit the family Bible there too. So here I am minutely explaining every single craft item that I am sorting out, and I'm keeping either for the project or I'm putting it away for other projects, which I was minutely explaining in detail what I was doing there. Bags. And then, of course, we also have some green for St. Patrick's is around that time, too. So I might save the green ones, use those for St. Patty's. Put some little ephemera in it, you know, little shamrocks, things like that. So this is future. This is all a bunch of little notebooks. I constantly have notebooks around. I have cards around a lot. I am a card type person. I'm putting the big paper all in one box. I don't care what color it is because I can pull from it. The notebooks, however, these have to be gone through. Went through a ton of them last night, but that's okay. We'll get through these too, but I'm going to set them aside. I hope. Oh, here it is. On my sourcing, look what else I sourced. And this could be for Father's Day items, Easter. This could be for decoupaging those signs on that circle wood. You know, I could just do the bottom layer in these. So these are also going in there. These are gifts for the grab bag, envelope, a DVD. I mean, what do you guys do with all this stuff? These are lights. So this is stuff that has to be sorted. I'm not going to sort all of that right here unless I absolutely know where it goes. And I do have a place for these. It's called the bottom drawer. But they all need batteries, and it just gets frustrating sometimes to have so many things. But this is the battery drawer. So I put, oh, look at this. This could go, you know, on those wooden circles. I could use the bottom half of this for the spring thing and do my welcome lettering, and then the top half would be the stained wood. You'll see. This is where my tape goes. This is where my X-Acto knife goes. And that's what those were. See, I found more stuff to sort. That's what happens. When you start sorting, you find stuff to sort. Now, we always keep our Sharpies in the same exact place. That's stuff I have to sort. Oh, that's glue. Those are glue back pieces. I'm going to stick that in there. Don't think I'll need the Sharpie. This has been on my table for winter. And you know, last night I took out the fur rug out of my living room. I'm looking for a rug in there. And oh, I saw some pretty ones. But my table, I keep all my table items under here. But I think we did decide we were going to go with blue and khaki. So I'm going to take these out, make it simple. I do have some blue napkins. That goes in my room because that's happy hair. Look at this for spring. That's going to come out at spring, probably on my table with, you know, some other stuff. This goes in my room. This is going to be on the table tonight. The Valentine project. Oh, this moves in here. You see how this works, right? You just keep putting stuff together. This is the runner. And it goes with that blue, the cream chairs and the blue blanket in the living room that I reset to blue. And that was like a happy accident. This is something that is tagged that I haven't had a chance to take it. So just showing you some. And I'm gonna put this tape and a couple of pins in there and my measuring tape. I have several measuring tapes and I can never ever find one when I need one. If I'm gonna use this or not, so I am gonna set it aside. I could use it either at the booth, I could use it here, I may put some roosters on it. I'm gonna be putting roosters all up around here in a little bit. Forgot what this goes to. I know I saw it on something. I will have to sort through that, but I've sorted a little bit while we've been here. This is just a baggie. These are little bags that could be put inside of bigger bags, or they could be grab bags, so those stay there. This may end up on my table. They're mismatched, which doesn't bother me that much. But if I have ones that match, I'd probably rather go with them, and I think I do, but I'm going to go ahead and get these out for the, this is all the color frame that I'm going in. Also, booth. These are tags that we use for our booth. I'll just throw them in there. This is another lamp that goes in the bottom drawer. This is how we sort things out. And I was thinking that these things might be good to put in that grab bag. Whoops. So that's why I had them out here. I have a whole bunch more. This is really good lotion. It's called Purell. Retains moisture for 24 hours. We are now selling these in our booth, $5. Well, $4.99, but that needs to be marked. So I can't put it in there. All this needs to be marked. This has been marked, so maybe I'll set it over here. Those are things that have been marked. That dish was marked, but it's serving a purpose right now. These need to be marked, so they got to go in there. Okay, I will be taking this to the booth, so it goes with the booth items. That 2-tier basket was a maybe of going to the booth. It might be good for, you know, showing and displaying. These could go in the grab bag. They're stickers. They're really cool. Stickers, lotion, things like that. The grab bags will probably be like $3 or something. We have some hair sticks. Really cute. These are $3. Just packaging. So that made that simple. Because remember, this is a kitchen reset. But just because the kitchen is reset doesn't mean that the work is done, because now I have 2 boxes of sourced items, sourced today, and had been sourced but not marked. I do have to figure out this goes. I know this goes. We sell the DVD books. These are the type of things. I kind of have again, an eclectic mix. This is vintage Indus from 1970s. And I'm going to put a tag on it and sell it in my booth because I just think that's cool. And now, here we're talking about, again, these are trays and baskets and lights that I can put lamps in. I could either put the candles. These are battery operated normally. They look so real. And I could just put them up on my shelves. I can use them on my dining table. This was a gift from my sweet daughter, Tara. And I need to wipe it off a little bit. But this says, "Come all ye faithful." It's like the Christmas song, and then it had the little Christmas star knife. But I am going, this is not going to be sold. This was given to me by my daughter, and I'm keeping it. But I am going to turn it around, and I'm going to put some kind of a pink velvet bow on it or something. The star cheese knife is okay. It can be on there or not be on there. I have a Christmas one. Who knows? Maybe I'll find one on eBay with a heart, or Marketplace or Target, and then I'll add that on there. But for right now, we're looking for just a ribbon. Hopefully a pink velvet will come up somewhere. Speaking of pink, and I keep forgetting, so maybe I'll keep these for the booth. So that's going to be booth bougie. That's going to be stuff to like layer and decorate and define areas in our booth. Another grab bag. Also, the pins, they do go to the booth, but like I have a whole mason jar of red and pink ones up there and black, and they're about sold out. Easter, this heart might work for Valentine's Day, but it also might be good for our grab bags. This might be good, for the grab bag at Easter. That doesn't fit in there. At Easter or St. Patrick's Day with the green. So, and this is all usually football. That might work for Easter, probably not, but I think it's kind of pushing it. I can rework those if I need to. This one is definitely Easter. That's a cross between Valentine's Day, Easter, or St. Patrick's Day. So I have all these pins, and I usually keep them in this, but somehow I filled this up using these in the booth now to put the headbands on, and my niece just loved those, so those will go with my booth paraphernalia. I gotta find a place to put my pins, and I will. I usually keep them in here. Oh, looky. This is a spring. I can make a spring. This is a vintage cards, you guys. And so with the more tags, I love tags. And then these are my grandson's Cheetos because he was with me that day we were working in the booth. I have to clean this, but look how cute this is. It's the toothpick dispenser. That's got to be cleaned. And then it's got to be priced. This is fall. But how cute is that little spoon ladle? That goes in the fall basket, which I'm making quite several piles here, but I do know where they're going. My twine is going to stay in my craft. What I'm doing with the Valentine's This is a fishing knife. I think I'm going to give that to my nephew. And this is more ephemera. And dear Rick and Ann, hope to see you soon. It's not too hot here, but I will be glad to get home. Hope you had fun in Florida. Love, Marshmallow. Oh gosh, how cute is that? See, that's the kind of stuff that I like. So that will go in a little envelope of its own, be priced, and be put in the booth. This goes to my nephew. He's a fisherman, and it's a fishing knife that I got at an estate sale. This goes in my cards working box. This needs to be priced. This needs to be priced. Look at this. I have a vintage 1950 toy box. This is going to be an Easter item, but it's got to be priced. I'm going into my third box, you guys, of things that need to be priced. And they don't have to be priced right this second. Needs to be priced. These need to be put away with the pins, or, I mean, they can be taken up according to the holiday. I think these would work for Easter, definitely. This is a nurse, so that's a little more specialized. But I've survived too many storms to be bothered by the raindrops. This one is perfect for Easter, says Jesus. These are just real Eastery colors, but that's for a teacher. So these can stay out in the booth. They just need to be marked. So I'll leave those there. And those are being sorted. The ones I'm not going to use, I'll put in the cabinet. I love this. This is a child getting in a bathtub. I don't even know where that came from. So I don't know what to do with it, but I don't want it. But I do want this. And that just has to be marked. I think it's springy. I think it's vintage. I think it works. These go in my project. These are the vintage. These are all signed by people. This is, I think some of these are, oops, that's got to be glued back on. It's just a little stand part. These are from 1940, you guys. Upon my heart, I do declare, I think it would be fine if such a charming miss as you would be my Valentine. And it says, to Fern from Agnes. This goes in my working Valentine, and that's going to be a different video. This is something that has to be glued, and I have the glue right over there. All I have to do is just glue this back on. The little bird came off in the transit. And these birdhouses, and I'll sell that one. It's okay. You aren't going to be able to tell. It's going to be glued on. I'm not saying it's vintage. This I am working on. This has to be glued, but I kept it because this one says my dear, and this one is a John Deere tractor clock, and I'm going to put together some sort of a basket. I bid on a toolbox at an auction. Let's see if I get it, but this is in the work pile too, because that has to be hot glued on. It's gotten old, so the back part of the mat kind of popped off the frame. Nothing but a thing to fix it. It'll take me 2 seconds. Okay, this is Splat the Cat. It has to be easy to price because I've made stickers for them. These I need to make stickers for. Make some of these into vignettes. The Easter ones, because I don't think everyone is going to be putting things about Easter on their cups. They might. Blessed by the best. That's Jesus is my jam. Now that would be cute on a cup. So I can sell that separate. Sundays are for Jesus and football. That could go on a tumbler. Love never fails. That could go on a tumbler. Let Go and Let God tumbler. He is risen, y'all. I'm going to maybe make that into some artwork with some, I have some vintage Easter postcards that I might, you know, just put it in a frame. Stand firm in the faith. I think that could go on a cup. And then bless your home. I'm going to make a home blessing basket for these. There's 2 of those. His mercy rescues me. That could be on a cup as a witness. He who called you is faithful. And stand firm in the faith, I think that could go on a cup. Both of those could go on cups. Now, I will either buy more tumblers. I've sold a number of tumblers. I could sell some more. This is just some, this is from the 70s stationery. I could maybe work this into a gift basket. So, I'll keep it here with the grab bags. This, I am looking for a really unique ribbon, and I'm just going to tie the ribbon here. And it says, I aspire to be the person my dog thinks I am. And I'm going to find that ribbon, even if I have to break into my, I have some ribbon for sale at the booth. I may have to break in and get the ribbon I need. Here's more ribbon. I can use this ribbon with my Valentine kit. Or I mean, not kit, but this goes to the booth. That's vintage paper I might be able to use. This is going to just go in my flower frog or a vase. These definitely need to be priced. Red for Valentine's Day. There's a whole bunch of red in there. These would work for Easter. Easter, spring. Those are all working, so I'm ahead of the game on those. And these could probably be going in the grab bag, so I'm going to put those over there. And then we have an empty mason jar, but I'm going to try to ticket those with maybe a ticket. This could go into my working basket because it's red embroidery thread, or I might end up just pricing it. This is a cute little swan. You should kind of make him up on, no, I'm going to sell him. That's the fun here. This has to be priced. So let me put it in my bucket for pricing. Sellers know exactly what I am doing right now. They are 100% with me. This happens to them. I mean, you just accumulate as you source things and as projects come up and life comes up and you actually have to live your life. And in the meantime, you do your projects. I'm painting these gold and red. So I'm putting these in the Valentine working box. But I'm not trying to smash my Valentines. Anyway, those are going to be painted red and gold. I just thought that'd be cute. This, I love this little architectural type shelf that you can hang, but I don't like it that it's white. And I might just get some, you know, some of that wax, gold wax, and kind of age it or something. I'm not real good at that technique. But I'm going to try to learn and we'll see how it goes. But this is a work. This is working work. Okay. That's a repair. I broke my famous French fry. I broke it. And then this needs a little tiny nail that I don't even know where to get it. Usually when I have a sale, or I caught a rooster. Okay. Usually when I have a sale, I do try to sell it as is, but nobody has taken me up on it yet, but that's a really cool box. If nothing else, I can use it as a display. And I mean, like to put stuff inside. This is more bows for our grab bag, more red paper for our Valentine working. I should have put that in way underneath. Okay, we're good. Now this, I never know what to do with this stuff. This is just going to be possibly for a booth sign that we may need someday. I may try to sell it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But I also have some blue paper that kind of matches it. So let's just keep that together. And then that goes over here with the zhuzhing booth items. I've got those pink tablecloths, the red tablecloth, the blue poster board. The brown craft paper goes over there. I always have a thing of this and a thing of my plastic, like my basket making. Okay, and then, see, because I'm going to be doing my table in this reset. I'm going to get to the bottom of it, you guys. This is a thing that needs to be repaired. These are things that need to be put away. These are beads and things that I might be able to use in the matting, and scissors possibly. I don't think a pen or a marker. That needs a repair. I mean, I have a whole working pile that I just keep putting over on my, then I need to put that there. This needs to be washed. That's what we had sliced our potatoes in. I would love to see how it would turn out, and I'm going to try that too today with, I'm going to decoupage this mirror using not just my ephemera, but also the paper. And again, I have twine, might work with anything that I'm doing, so I'll just leave it in there. Plastic. This is a spring bike, and I just got this piece at a thrift store, and I want to try to find like a tubular garden planter somewhere. I probably will find one at some kind of a sale or somewhere. Because when I went to price them, they're like $12. And so this goes with my roll of brown paper. I'm moving it out. And I have a whole room, which I may do a reset on it. I have a whole room in the other part of the house. Decoupage. So that's going to be good. Gold paint. Yes, please. And then cardboard. All this goes in here for that project that we're going to be doing. And I have a whole table that I use. It's a craft table. I don't do anything on here. I'm going to do some glue on this. I'm thinking these hankies could be a grab bag too. That has to be fixed. This is going to be a summer item. Or I'm going to keep it because it was made for me. But it's a shell, 2 shells put together, and it opens up, and they resined some sand, and oh, it has a little saying on it. Oh my goodness. These are tiny, I don't even know what this thing is, incense burner or something. So these may go in my grab bags. This is, I guess they're things like little salt and pepper shakers and birds. Look at that little bird. People like little mini things like that just to set up on, you know. Hey, I wish I had a whole set of these because I'm getting ready to deck the halls up there. And then this is, that's a blue hummingbird. Not a bluebird, a blue hummingbird. And that's a little baby bird. The baby penguin. But I think these would be cute. Oh, a little duck. I think these would be cute in those grab bags with the handkerchief, the lotion, the hair. And I'm going to throw this away. But each piece and every single thing that comes across your mind, your brain, into your hands, God blessed us with it, and I try to take care of it and put it where it needs to go. This is an empty tote that I guess I could put some of those things in, like the candles and the trays for the bougie of the booth. And those are roosters that are going up. Here's our mats that we are going to be putting some prints on, and maybe even doing full-on collages. We don't know. That's for the next video. But I'm going to put all of those. I brought all those in before this video. They have not been sitting in here, but everything else has, so would not shock me any nonetheless. So these, see, it's this kind of a print. I got to find the frame, the perfect frame for it. And who knows, maybe one of those is it. And then I got to find the perfect frame for this. I just love this. It's a very neutral piece. I feel like that would sell in my booth. Even if I had to cut it down, I will. These are just frames that I've accumulated from, you know, I make diamond paintings a lot. And then I buy prints a lot. So I'm constantly buying, and sometimes they'll say, oh, you can have 5 for $20 or 2 for $20. And it's like, yeah, I'll take the 5. And then I end up with all these frames. So I'm going to try to work them through, guys. And that is relaxing to me. I don't think I have a need for pipe cleaners unless I make heart-shaped for my grab baskets. That way they're see-through. That's perfect. And then I can use my pipe cleaners to tie them off. And then I have these that I just feel like I'm going to have an art project from these. These are cupcake liners that I'm not going to use for anything but a you know, an art project. I'm not going to use them for food. I got them in a estate sale. 2 more frames, guys. And then each of these things will find the right frame when we make our montage, collage, whatever you want to call it. But right now I'm trying to clean my kitchen. I'm making a spot. I probably need to wash this. So as beautiful as it is, and it was a sparkly winter white theme, after having all this stuff on it, I'm going to take it off. This goes into the booth for bougie. Oh, look, these are stickers. These are stickers for the DVDs. So those are already made. I was going to have my husband make some. These are booth bougies. So those will go into that tin there. This is a pin. This is a random stuff that I don't know what. I have no idea what these little things are. I don't know. Little pegs, I guess. But we might need them. I'll just stick them in that little tray. You want to go out, bud? Okay, buddy. You can go out. Those 2 totes are filled with roosters that are going to go up there. Then we have mats for those same frames, and we have some books that can go into the booth. Where's my third? Oh, this is my third basket for the booths. Now remember, 1, 2, 3. I have 3 totes that have to be, this is all framing and matting supplies. And 3 totes have to be ooh, this is totally random. So random. This is so random that these things could go in there. That's how random that stuff is. I mean, we have tacks. We have some choices for my table, but I don't think I'm going to bring the yellow out yet. I do have some yellow in there though, but I don't think I'm going to bring it out yet. So I'm going to put that away. I'm going to keep my neutral color. And then this, I feel like I love it, but it's going to be too busy. So I'm going to stay with my neutral theme, but I'm going to put the khaki and blue. I'll do this later. This is a whole other vibe. This is my style. I love this type of just loveliness to me. That's going up. I have to put that away. Construction paper that we can tuck in with this. I probably won't be using it for the project that I'm working on, like the mirror and the Valentine's. This, more stickers, tape. Okay. That thing got pretty heavy. Okay, more tickets, twine, tape, and packets is going to the booth. It's something that I sourced at a thrift store, and I don't even know what I paid for it, but I just thought it was darling. And you can put your little pictures up in it and stuff. So that's going to the booth. Oh, booth is right here. I'm on my third tote of pricing, so I won't be pricing tonight. This is Booth Bougie right there. Oh, I think I decided I was going to put the grab bags in that. And I keep tossing pins in this silverware drawer, but you know what? I do have a pin cup. If I want to put this back on, I can. So this is going to go on that table. These go with the mason jars. This is our own ephemera right here. Okay, whoa. Those are craft beads. So this kind of stuff goes up here. I want that to fall out. Ooh, that green basket may make it into the booth. And I also have that wicker basket up there that I put things in. Stuff just accumulates, you know it? These are chargers. This is all table stuff. These are that I can use for the gift bags again. Table settings. Table settings. Table settings. A rock. Scentsy. One spin pin. What am I going to do with that? I know what I'm going to do with it. I need to take it to my room, but I'll just put it right there. Grab bag. These can be grab bag, Easter, spring. We're getting to the roosters, you guys. The table, the roosters, the counters, and the dishes, and we're done. So Easter, these go, they're going to be marked. No, they're going to be in the grab bag, some of them. So those are going to be grab bags. Grab bags. Grab bag, grab bag. Hammer. Stapler. Booth bougie. I may use it for something for my risers for my roosters, but we'll see. But for now, it's Booth bougie. I use those for risers and things. I'm constantly getting something out of our, our tool drawer. A lot of stickers. That's good because I have 3 boxes worth of stuff. This is staplers. A dish goes to the, actually we'll just stick it right there. Now I need something to decorate my table, which it probably should be something roosterish or something just plain, like a pitcher. Oh wait, these need to be priced. Priced. I'm going to separate them out so that they don't get broke. 3 corners there. Okay. Spiced grapefruit. That's real pretty when the light is off. This can go there. I have more Scentsies over here. Load it up. Okay. Almost there. We're working our way. This goes to the laundry. Isn't that beautiful though? That is beautiful. Shiny and glittery. Frames and canvases. Kind of sorting everything too as we go. I've totally covered this tote that I can put my bougie stuff in. And I haven't even revealed my haul. And I still got to put the roosters up. Oh goodness. 3 totes. Wait, 1, 2, yeah, 3 totes to price. I have a tote to work on crafts, and then I have a tote to work on fixing things. And then this is stuff I got to put away. This is some really random stuff here. That might make an interesting video to go through too. I mean, just Mod Podge. We have a King Kong video. We have paperwork. I mean, all this stuff is ephemera one day, someday. Okay, I brought those in here because I'm looking for something to put in the middle. We'll figure it out. We decided I should go with this, but I'm not going to. And then I could use those, but okay. So I got to get into my stash. This is cleaning stuff. Let's see, that's Christmas. I have found some ribbon that might work. Well, I'll stick it in there with that project. Okay. You know what? I don't think this is going to make the cut. Ah, not yet. Maybe Easter. I hot glued flowers. I could probably sell those. Who knows? I told you I'm crazy. This would go with the blue maybe, but I'm not doing that. Maybe the summer. I actually put that on my patio table. That's grass. I'm not doing grass yet. Ooh, here's a gold. And then I have a plaid. That's too Eastery. Okay, I think we're going to stick with our basic like we had planned. But which one goes better? Because see, I've had this cream on all winter, but I'm going to keep with it because I have the cream chairs and the blue pillows in there. And this is shiny. You can do it on the matte side or you can do it on the shiny side, and you know what I'm picking. I'm picking the shiny side. Got it on the wrong way. There. Okay, go that way. It may just fit. We're gonna see. Ah, that's better. My grandson usually helps me do these. I told him he's gonna have a lot of work this weekend, and he goes, "I'm ready for it, Grandma." It just barely fits. Barely. Barely. Of course, had it on backwards. Another reason why I like doing the videotaping the reset is because it motivates me to do it. I have enough stuff going on. It's hard to come up with, this isn't staying, but that could work later, those two, maybe closer to fall. And with all of the estate sales that I do, I can come up with all kinds of colors that I want, but I kind of stick to the neutral colors. Grapes. I really need some color. Green away. Not gonna work. maybe next time. I couldn't find all of them anyway. They're scattered here and there probably. And then so we have one. These have been washed. They probably need to be ironed to lay flat. But for right now, just to give us the feel of what's going to happen, they're going down. Soften it up a little. Doesn't really match, but it is what it is. We're just going to do 6 settings, call it a day. Try to get that curl down. We're getting there. I'm never going to have my dream setting. I know what my dream setting looks like. And it's going to take a lot more time and a lot more days to do it. I'm using these as chargers, but they can also be used as a plate if we want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got them. And then I'll just put these with this. I'm going to take this thing, take that off. That goes there. This goes there. Okay. I'm going to set this here. Okay. Might be a reach, but I'm reaching. Lemon sugar. Okay, and now I have these, but this is all bougie for booth. I have stands, extra stands that I got to figure out if I need. If you haven't seen it, like platform stands, stands, and more stands and paraphernalia for the booth. That all goes in my closet. This is going to be for the grab bags that I'll be making in a different video, which all the grab bag stuff is still up here. These things, the pins and stuff I'll keep these in here, and I try to price them, but these are going to be some good pins for grab bags. But I really like the idea of the cellophane grab bags the best, even more than I have other bags like the solid color bags. But you wouldn't be able to see in there what was in there. So all of this is going to be grab bag stuff. Grab bag. All of this is going to go in the grab bag. I think it's going to be a $3 grab bag. We're getting it together. That's trash. This could also, it needs to be priced, but I feel like it could go in with a gift basket for a guy too. And I don't know if you missed, I cleared everything off of my table. Everything. Everything that has made it into those 3 totes was at one time on this table. I wonder if that'll go in there. I always try to fit things inside of things, and I really don't know if I like that, but I really didn't have anything else to put on my table right now. I think I've sold everything. Trying to get things out that remotely match the theme I got going here. Okay. I have plenty of stuff in my booth. I am not in any way, shape, or form concerned about getting stuff down there. What I am concerned about is I want everything to be priced and ready to go, because when I have a chance to get down there, I don't have a chance to sit and tie on you know, all the tags and stuff, and that's something I can do here and should do here and not at the booth, because I don't want to be standing there in people's way. All that is stuff that needs to be worked on. I have an empty tote for that, and this tote is done. Station stuff, which I swore I was gonna get to, and I'm not. Who am I fooling? Who am I fooling? So that needs a tubular planter. This needs a screw. This needs a paint job, and there's something, I'm gonna have to unscrew it because I hear something rattling around in there, and I don't want people to think it's broke. This needs to be glued. This needs to be glued. I might be able to glue those real quick. And that needs to be glued. And that needs to be glued. Thank God for glue. Glue, glue, glue. This needs a ribbon, which I did find a ribbon. So that can all stay there. Let me find the stapler. I might get to this stuff. Who knows? I might get to it because I've found things that I need for Buddy. You want your elf? Go get the table. It can stay right here, and I'll get my table out. These are my grab bags, and that's my art, but I'm not gonna. And these are the grab bags. Maybe these will go in the grab bags. That's my art. My grab bag. Okay. And then these things need to be they're kind of vintage cups. They need to be tagged too. And I do have a tote of things that I got from my niece. All these candles are hers. Okay, here's rooster number 1. This was my husband's idea. Ah, you can see it. I'm not a rooster kitchen type, but I have so many roosters that I got from that estate sale that I don't see why I shouldn't try it, you know? These are kind of small, so I just don't know. I gotta have big ones for this to work. That's another one that's in the work pile. When I videoed that kitchen reset, I kind of had started from about here in a stationary view, so I'll just give you more of a little animated view of what all was going on over here. These cabinets, you know, they get cluttered, and I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with that picture. Probably go underneath. My mom was doing some cooking. My son loves to have his disposable dishes. I got a little lazy Susan here. Also, it's just, you know, it's always something that you need to take care of or do better. in your kitchen. And then this was the table that I was working on. I still gotta figure out my napkin rings, and my centerpiece is definitely a work in progress. I put all of my little extra roosters, I put them up around on the top, and I didn't put my chargers up because I'm a little bit too short. I usually store them right in that cabinet right there. I don't keep them there, but I set them there, so they have to be added in. But overall, if you guys have stayed with me on this, you have seen this has been an extraordinary amount of work and took a lot of time, and I did it on a day when I had been working, taking care of my grandkids from, well, we leave at 5:45, we get up about 5:15, and then we get home about 5 o'clock at night, sometimes 5:30, and depending on my son's schedule, sometimes we don't even get home till 6, and then that's when I go into my own home creating, shop taking resource. Like for instance, I got these today, and I'm gonna have to price these, but they'll probably be in my pre-shop show. I always let my Facebook people get to decide first if they want any of my items before I put them in my shop. So thank you for watching, and please follow me, like, subscribe, share, and comment. Let me know what you took away from this reset and how you like to do a reset. Probably a little bit more organized than myself. I was working on several things at a time because, like I said, I do have my craft closets right over there, and those drawers there are also craft closets, or craft, there's a bunch of crafts in there, do it that way. And so I have always got some sort of crafts going, and I'm always changing my table up, and believe me, this is just the start, but the main thing is that that table was cleared off to where I could even do anything with it. And my spring colors ended up going into the blues and yellows, and I'm happy about it. I feel good. It's not, winter isn't over, spring isn't even here, but I feel pretty good. What do you guys think?